Hark thee, honorable and respectable people. Listen to my tale about a horrendous creeple. It haunted the lands far and wide. Follow me, let me be your guide. Once there lived a king with his wife, but there was something amiss in his life. More than anything, he longed to have a wee little boy, cute and lively, playing with his toy. As the queen was all by her own, there appeared an old withered crone.
Majesty, all things that are amiss can be remedied in a hiss. Go in the garden at the shortest hour and take some blossoms from a certain flower. But take only those that are right in the silent and moonlit night. But be aware not to take those that are red. Evil and malicious things will you beget.
To be granted her greatest wish, that would be nice. So gladly did she follow the crone's advice. In her garden, in a moonlit night, she eagerly collected the blossoms that were right. But due to her overzealous jest, she also a red petal did digest. Finally, after her due time, the queen was ready to deliver her dear boy, slow and steady. She bore the agony, she bore the pains. White were the sheets, red were the stains. But what must the midwife see with horror? A creature long and slimy in all its terror. There shouts the queen,
Hurry, hurry! Out of my sight! There shall it stay!
So the midwife obeys, as their queen has told, though had predicted that woman, crooked and old. But how great was the parents' joy as the midwife delivered a healthy boy, a blonde, fair, handsome babe. Forgotten was the ugly, dark-haired shade. The babe grew into an even more handsome man, who liked to fight, to ride, to swim, to run. But a young man's greatest desire is to find a bride, which he can sire, heirs and spares and grandchildren for the king. About glorious princes will the minstrel sing.
Let me travel far and wide to find me the fairest bride.
And he mounted his great noble steed to travel the lands in the swiftest speed. But at a crossroad he was mildly shocked to find his road completely blocked by a huge and ugly creature, which was by far too near, and that spoke to him with a voice loud and clear.
Oh, little brother, go away from here, even when my life is cursed. The oldest brother always marries first.
The young prince was very much astounded, but had no choice but to turn his horse around to find another way to his destination. But upon him waited even greater frustration to find again this creature in the middle of his path.
Oh, little brother, will you feel my wrath? even when my life is cursed. The oldest brother always marries first.
Since Isuta didn't take his lance, the young prince didn't have a chance but to return homewards at his very trail, to tell his parents about his odd tale. The king and the queen saw with terror the consequences of the earlier error. But old customs must be respected. That at least is to be expected. So they sent messengers far and wide to find for their oldest son a suitable bride. The creature went to his cave with respiration to await his future brides in feverish anticipation. Many noble ladies responded with eager zeal, unaware of the approaching reveal. One could say Prince Lindworm had a healthy appetite. He ate 3 princesses in a single night. Rumors started spreading far and wide. This was a dangerous land to be a future bride. No one was willing to be wedded. Only herself cleanly beheaded. Thank you very much for watching the first part of the Prince Lindworm tale. My original plan was to finish the whole story within 1 year, but now I'm working on this project for roughly a year. I was only able to finish half of it. In one way it shows how much work it is to create an animated video that lasts, with end credits under 10 minutes. It also shows how easily one underestimates the amount of work it takes. I would like to tell you a little bit about the circumstances under which this video came into being. But before that, I want to give credit where credit is due. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Derek Fichter, Brendan Fichter and Ian Grimm, who were kind and generous enough to grant me the permission of using their beautiful music in this video. Please check out their YouTube site and website. A lot of thanks goes also to you, PopTui. My apologies if I got the pronunciation wrong. You are my animation guru. Your YouTube channel has taught me so much. The same is also true for many other people on YouTube and on the Mohush forum, who indulged my very stupid questions and supported me with their wise counsel and advice. My thanks goes out for all the contributors of freesound.org, who selflessly made those sound effects free available to everybody. I guess I also should mention the artist who created the artwork, which was taken from the Codex Manese from the 14th century. I thank you posthumously. But last but not least, I thank Caroline Hartmann from the Stammtisch Animation in Munich for inviting me and giving me the chance to present my video. Now I would ask you to indulge in some information about the circumstances in which this video came into being. As you probably could guess, I'm not a professional animator and I don't make my living in animation, or in any other creative field for that matter. As a matter of fact, I make my living pushing a lawnmower around, at least during the summer months. I'm neither particularly proud or ashamed about this fact. The only annoying part is it limits my creative output to the few winter months when I have the time and the energy to get some of my true work done. I tried and I'm still trying to get some work done during the busy summer months, but I'm struggling with burnout and depressions. I wish I could somehow reduce my lawn mowing work so I can get more of my YouTube projects done. I'm planning to record a lecture series about the interpretation of the Prince Lindworm tale. I thought long and hard about its meaning and I think I have some interesting conclusions to share. If you watch this in the future, which you probably are, look for those lectures. As you can see, I don't lack ideas for future projects. I simply lack time and opportunity to realize them. Here I want to quote from the story The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie McCasey. "What is the bravest thing you ever said?" asked the boy. "Help," said the horse. So I'm a person who is very proud of his self-reliance, and asking for help is not an easy thing for me. But that's what I'm going to do now. Please, if you want to support me financially, click on the donate link in the description. It is really in your hands now how fast this YouTube channel will grow and develop. I want to end this video with a huge shout out to my fellow introverts. I know, my friends, what it means to live in a predominated extroverted society which values above all extroverted virtues. You might think to yourself, what the hell is wrong with me? Don't go down this path, my friend. I have been there and I can tell you it leads only to self-deprecation and despair. Instead, take pride in your unique superpower you got and use it by creating stuff. Whatever scratches your itch. Write poetry, draw comics, design computer games, or write beautiful lines of code. More likely than not, the tools you need are available free on the internet. All you have to do is to invest the blood, the sweat, and the tears that are required in any true act of creation. Once an animator was asked what were the requirements to become an animator. The answer was a computer and a lot of grit. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for your donations or other investments in future projects. Please like and subscribe, you know the spiel. Let's be kind to each other. Let's be kind to Mother Nature. And most of all, let's be kind to ourselves. Take care.